Alright kiddies, it's Dragon Lord Frodo here. And you're probably wondering why I'm dressed to the nines right now. It's probably because I have to do something. I gotta do shit all today. I got work at 3:30. I gotta go downtown to the Social Security building and all that shit. So, yeah, that's why I'm probably just gonna go right from there to work. So, I just want to make this kind of a quick and dirty video. That's not going to happen. But hold on. So, yesterday, as you probably saw, I did a video yesterday about just talking about Angela and Mike. And while I was eating, and I don't know if anyone actually caught on to it, but I was eating rice out of a pot, and I put the hweed butter in there. I didn't really take myself getting high or anything. Like, while I was high, I didn't take myself, but I take myself eating it. I think I mentioned a couple times that it was hweed butter in there. Okay, but no. Yesterday was probably the most fucked up fucking getting high session ever. Okay, and let me tell you why. Yesterday I actually had hardcore munchies. Okay, so yesterday, and this is like the most fucked up one I've had so far. And I do admit that I did put a kind of a large piece of butter into the mix there, so maybe that had something to do with it. The butter I put in there was like that fucking big, okay? It was like, I don't know, it was just like a big cube of fucking butter like that, you know? It's like if you just use like a little fucking like an average square of regular butter and like a macaroni and cheese or something. Usually you use like maybe that thing, like that high, and then that, like, it's like just like a little cut, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I used the hweed butter, and this is what happened for real. I was eating it, right, and it was probably like, it took about an hour for it to kick in. And at first it was just like, okay, it was really, really mild, like really fucking mellow. Except for like, I just laid here and I was like drifting off, sleeping. You know, I was like falling asleep and shit. And I'm already kind of high already. Mind you, this was kind of a mild thing too when you think about it. And my windows here, I have those like stupid fucking wooden windows that like they either stick, they can't go up a certain height, or like you pull them up, you push them up, and then they just fucking fall down. Like you need something like wedged in there to keep it up. So I had my windows up, and for some reason, like I was like drifting back, out in and out of sleep, and I had them up, and then all of a sudden something happened. The fucking thing I wedged in there came out, and I was like half asleep, and the thing dropped. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And it was like, like it was loud because somehow when you do weed, it makes everything kind of louder. It makes your ears ring as well. So I'm like, oh, it woke me up, and I'm like, it all kicked in and shit. And then it was like it almost kind of it was like an hour after I ate it kicked in, and then for like an hour after that after it kicked in, I was kind of high, but then it's like it started to like go away, like I was almost completely not high. I'm like, that's weird. I could still feel a little bit, like I could feel like that fucking buzzing sensation on my skin. I was feeling it in my mouth, like I was feeling like it was, like it felt like my teeth were itching. Like it felt like my fucking tongue was like itching. So I went and I ordered like all kinds of food from like Master Pizza. I was kind of hungry. I ordered like a double chicken finger, barbecued, and all this other shit. And I was actually able to get the order in, surprisingly, while I was high. And so then there was something weird going on at yesterday where, like, this is where like the paranoia shit kicked in. And it was over something dumb too. Like, okay, so what happened was I called in the order, right? Because I was paying with a credit card. I needed delivery. Like, can you take a credit card with delivery? He said, yeah, okay. So I gave him my credit card number and everything. And then I said my address. I was like, yeah, this is my address. And then they're like, okay, hold on. And they put me on hold for like 5 minutes. I was like, okay. And then they came back on, and then all of a sudden they just hung up. I'm like, what the fuck? So I call them back, right? Right afterward, I call them back, and it just kept ringing and ringing and ringing. Like, what the fuck is this shit? So I did this like for like 10 minutes, like just trying to call them back and shit. And like the first thing I thought of was, is my fucking address on their stiff list or not? I don't know. That's the kind of shit you think about when you're on weed. Maybe the guy that lived here before me fucked them over, and now they won't deliver to this address. That's what I was thinking, at least. And so I'm calling because, you know, who the fuck knows? Like, they gave me my credit card, and you know. So I called them back, and they're like, "Yeah, sorry about that. We had a power outage over there, Masturbation Pizza. We had a power outage, and that's why the phones were down for like 10 minutes." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, your order's fine." I'm like, "Oh God, that's good." So I'm like waiting, like half asleep, and the fucking door now. Yeah, so I knew it was the guy delivering my food. Gave him a good tip. I think I fucked up on the tip or something too. Like, I think I gave him like a $5 tip or something. Like, I was like out of it, and he saw I was like wearing my Muhammad Ali shirt, and he was like, "Oh, Muhammad Ali." You know, when I was younger, they used to call him Cassius Clay, and I'm like, okay, get the fuck out. I just want to eat my fucking food, and I ate my fucking food, and it was good. I got a double order of barbecued chicken fingers, and they were good as shit. That I'm gonna start ordering barbecue a lot more. Okay, get the barbecue from Master Pizza, like Masturbation Pizza. Okay, so then I'm eating, and I still feel it's almost like it was like an hour after eating a shit, like I was getting high, and then all of a sudden it just dipped for a little bit, and then like because I got home from work, like I got out of work yesterday at like 2:15. I got out. He sent me home because there was not enough work or something. So 2:15, I get home at about, I don't know, 3:30. Get home at 3:30, start making that shit, ate it by like 4. Okay, so 4 comes around, I'm eating it, and then it took about until, I don't know, like 5 o'clock, I would say, kicked in. Then like 5 o'clock to like 7, it was like, it kind of just dipped down. And then like from like 7:30 till like fucking 9 or so, like I was still awake. It actually went up like that. Then it like dipped far down, and then for some reason it kicked in again, and it was just like, oh, it goes up a little bit, comes down, and then boom! I was like, it hit me, and it was just like, whoa, that was fucking strong. And like I'm sitting here, I'm literally like hallucinating now. Not like seeing like shit, but it was more like an audio thing. Like I was watching videos on YouTube, and I'm sitting here, and I'm like this, and the fucking fan was like super fucking loud for some reason. Like it was like deafening loud, and I'm watching a video. It was I think an RGT 85 video. Shouts out to Sean Long from RGT 85. So I'm sitting there, I'm like watching this video he put up, and like because the fan was so loud, and it was just, I could barely hear what he was saying. Like you wanna know what it sounded like to me? Okay, you ever put on like music? Like I listen to that real like heavy death metal shit. Okay, sometimes I put that on while I'm trying to sleep, and like you know how you're like listening to it and shit, and you kind of like while you're dozing off, you kind of like, it starts to get like real like sometimes I have this thing where I'm like dozing off, and then I wake right back up, and then I just go back to sleep or something. Well, while you're dozing off, it does sound like the music is getting quieter. You know what I'm saying? This is how this sounded. And he was talking, and I couldn't even hear what the fuck he was talking about. But also, like, the shit that I was trying my hardest to try to focus on this video. And he was talking, and I'm like, I can't even understand what you're saying. Like, my brain couldn't process, like, what he was trying to talk about. So then I get up, and of course the fucking stop motion Godzilla movements were happening again. You know, how do I explain that? It's like when you're walking around, it just feels like you're just like this. Like you're like, it feels like a strobe light. Like it feels like, you ever see someone with somebody like dancing with a strobe light, and it just looks like that? It just looks like that shit, like just real jerky. It felt like I was moving like that, if that makes sense. It felt like it felt like, okay, you normally just lift your arm, right? Well, imagine you try to lift your arm, and it actually feels like this. and just like that. But it, you know, it's you're just moving your arm up and down. It was weird. It was weird last night, and I'm like just sitting there watching RGT 85, just sitting there watching it, and I was just like that, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, okay, so he's talking about I don't even know what video of his I put on, to be honest. Was it even RGT 85? I don't fucking know. I don't even like. I was all fucked up. So it seemed like it was like, okay, we're gonna go high, then we're gonna go low. Okay, when I went low, that's when I ordered the food. Okay, I went low, and I was able to get the order in. Then it seemed like when I ate a little bit more, when I ate the chicken fingers, maybe 15 minutes later, it went, like, I started just getting real fucking high. Maybe there was something in the chicken fingers that made me high. I don't fucking know. But it seemed like it was just like this. Like I was coming in and out of being high. And it was like that whole joke Cat Williams told. Where he's like, yeah, they have this weed out called death. Or something like that. And he's like, death? What am I gonna take? What am I gonna take one hit and I'll die? It's like, no, not death. Death. You hit this shit and you won't hear shit for a week. That's kind of how it felt. That's kind of how it felt with what happened last night. Like I couldn't hear the video, but I was able to hear that fucking loud. It was like it actually sounded. It sounded like like a motorcycle in here with that fan. And while I was like while I was doing the whole thing with the ordering and the food, I was also playing the new God of War game, and I was actually doing pretty well, considering that I'm out of my fucking mind. Who knows? I could have been high the entire fucking time, and just maybe it's just that weird shit, But I actually do still feel it a little bit. I just feel like, I don't know, kind of worn out from it. But I mean, whatever. It says, I went to bed, and I think when I went to bed, like I just fell right to fucking sleep. And yeah, so I went right to sleep, and then like I woke up a couple times in the middle of the night because I had to pee, and it was like really hard for me to get out of bed because of the jerky shit. Like I still feel a little high right now. Still, it was weird. But like I still feel like a little bit. When you get high, it feels like there's like a force field around you. It's really weird. It feels like your whole skin is like buzzing. I guess that's what they call the body high. I'm not really familiar with the terms, but that's what and like the real weird shit, like I don't know, like the real weird shit, like where like sounds are distorted. I guess it's the mind high. I don't know. But yeah, I think last night I did a little too much. Yeah, so like Roseanne's tweet, she said she was on Ambien when she made that tweet. Could you imagine what would happen if you got like somebody like David Duke doing Ambien tweets? He'd be like, I wish for a society where where everyone is equal and regardless of race, religion, or sexual identity or whatever. That's what he would write, because it makes non-racists racist, and then it makes racists non-racist. Oh man, and I was all fucked. I was fucked up yesterday. Like I still can, like right now, my ears are still a little buzzing. Like it sounds like when your ears are ringing. Oh, I want this fucking Fallout 4 horror mod. Alright, kitties. I gotta get up. I gotta fucking go to the fucking, Social Security building. So I'll talk to y'all later. This is Dragon Lord Frodo, and I approve this message. Thanks in advance for watching this.